Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is January 15th, 2026. We're looking at Proverbs chapter 15, verse 28 and verse 1. Verse 28 says, "The mind of the righteous person thinks before answering, but the mouth of the wicked blurts out evil things." Now, I'm going to tell you that it's really hard to engage the brain before the mouth a lot of times for me. Something that God has had a major work that He's been working in me. I would say it's the hardest thing God has had to do in this person out of all the things He's had to do, and He's had a lot to do. Of course, nothing's hard for God, but you get what I'm saying. Keeping my mouth under control is a thing that is very difficult for me. I get upset. It's really easy for me to use this tongue as a weapon. And God's been working hard on me over the years for that, reminding me that if I'm going to be the righteous person He's called me to be, I have to think before answering. Engage the brain before you engage the tongue, right? Mom says, take 10 and before you speak. Those are good words, good wisdom, biblical wisdom. Not easily applied. But Proverbs 15 verse 1 also says this: "A gentle answer turns away anger. Harsh words stir up wrath." I have experienced the consequences of my harsh words, my quick tongue, so many times in my lifetime. And currently experiencing the blessings of my anger turned in towards the Lord and crying out to Him for His ability to do the work in me, to crying out to the Lord to ask Him to be my defense instead of me being my defense. And there's a situation that I have been crying out to the Lord for years, at least 2 years now, asking Him to resolve it in any number of ways, preferably the way that would turn the individuals that I'm dealing with to Him. But if that isn't possible, asking Him to remove them from the equation. And last night I got word that God's doing that. He's doing it in a really scary way, but God's doing that. And it's only in this was the word. It was only because we have been gentle and easy to deal with. Even in the occasions where I wanted to be extremely upset and scream and yell, I found myself pulled back in and reserved. And because of that, things are in our favor in the moment. A gentle answer turns away anger, but harsh words stir up wrath. How many times did I have to learn that lesson the hard way? But I can't ever forget it now. I actually have to hold on to it deeper, because what's coming next could be even worse than what I experienced before. And I need to be that example to those around me. John and Day, hi, glad you're joining us. And the reality is, guys, it is difficult sometimes to hold your tongue. It is really difficult to think, engage the brain before the words come out of your mouth, especially when you're feeling the fight or flight experience. I'm preaching on it right now. I talked about it last Sunday, but the fact is, that fourth response is actually the first. And it is the response that we always land in some way or another. But I would say in every one of those situations, when I am fully submitted to God, I choose to submit to God instead of to my anger or the environment or whatever's coming against me. I choose to submit instead of fight, to flee. If I choose submission to God, things really do work out. The mind of the righteous person thinks before answering, but the mouth of the wicked blurts out evil things. A gentle answer turns away anger, but a harsh word stirs up wrath. Solomon, he had some wisdom there. Applying it in my life has been difficult over the years, but I'm grateful for the lessons that I've been learning. How about you? Are you going to engage those lessons today, or are you going to continue to let the tongue be sharper than any double-edged sword, going out and dividing and creating problems for you? I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.